The 8 Imperium KvK fights that started a couple of days ago, there are now just 4 Imperiums left because 4 of the kingdoms have already dropped Imperium. So I want to give you an update regarding of what is going on in this KvK, and I also want to give you some prediction what might just happen in the future in this KvK. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. I'm Legend Ronnie, and today the 8 Imperium Kingdom is no longer 8 Imperium, it's just 4 of them Imperium, but they did started as 8 Imperium. To be very honest, there has been long days of fighting, probably a lot more than I have been expecting. The only 2 kingdoms that still didn't do any fighting is 1556 on the right up corner, as you see on the picture, and 1474, you see them on the picture, and they're also colored so you can know the coalition. The red is one coalition, the white is another coalition. It's a 4 versus 4 KvK. I have a special offer for you because we're talking about kingdoms, and this offer will definitely help you tremendous and will help your kingdom a lot, because stats calculation and finding out the power and finding out the kills, the death and so on, this is very important for each and every kingdom. Statsmaster Rock software, the best data collection software for Rise of Kingdoms. You definitely want to go ahead and check it out. Make sure you check the description of the video as well for link and promotion so you can get a 10% discount. But you want to know more information, all the players data either from your kingdom or another kingdom, as long as you have accounts in that kingdom, you can get your kingdom power within a few minutes, which can definitely help you out, especially if you're close to Imperium, or if you want to remain on a certain amount of power. It also saves the data in Excel sheet, easily creates score sheet to evaluate KvK performance of your kingdom, because I know a lot of players are manually collecting this data, and you don't have to wait for anybody to wake up to get all this data. Like if you're having some other players doing this, you can just use the Statsmaster Rock whenever you want. From a couple of minutes up to an hour, you get all the information that you need. It covers 995 ranks, and then you have a free trial. So even if you don't want to buy it, you can at least try it for free, and you know if you like it. And I can tell you that I have read all the reviews so far that I have seen, and everyone is giving it a 10 out of 10. The requirements: you need a Windows PC, menu player, LD emulator. One more very important feature about Statsmaster Rock is that you can integrate it to your Discord, and you have all the information available right in your Discord. It even has a YouTube video that you can check how to install it, but it also has for menu play, it has for LD player, and from BlueStack 5 with graphics on the bottom, what exactly you have to do, how to set it up. So very easy steps how to install it. So what are you waiting for? Make sure to check the description of the video. Use Legend Ronnie code to get a 10% off when you plan to get your Statsmaster, or at least go ahead and give it a free trial. I'm definitely sure that you're gonna find this very helpful, and data collection is gonna be much easier and much more easier for you and your kingdom in the future. Don't forget to check the description of this video for your discount code Legend Ronnie for a 10% off when you buy something from Statsmaster. Either you want to buy a lifetime license or you want to buy a monthly. Going back to our video, as I was mentioning, there is 2 kingdoms that didn't had any fighting yet, 1474 and 1556. I'm just going to make this image a little bit smaller because it will be much better to explain what is happening right now. There is still fighting happening as I'm doing this video right now in this KvK. If I go ahead and zoom in, for example, on this side where it's 1254 versus 1093, they are still fighting, or at least trying to burn this forts, because it's very easy to keep healing and burning the forts. The kill event has ended, and this is the best time when we can see how much did one kingdom want to fight. So it looks like not so much. It looks like the forts are burning. It looks like everyone has been drawing back. I see 1254 everywhere on the map right now. This fortress is healing right now. Pretty much is just hitting fortresses. This fortress is also not burning. From what I understood, because I have gathered a lot of information regarding what is happening, why is the situation that it is right now, and all that, 1254, they want to drain 1093 as much as they can, because they don't want to fight two kingdoms in the same time when they're going to face 1556. Their strategy, which a lot of people, and a lot of you probably watching this video, you don't understand it, their strategy is to just drain them, which at the beginning I was on the same page, like, hey, what's wrong? I mean, 1254, you guys want to face 1556, but you are getting stuck, and 1093 is stopping you to progress further. But then as I was watching more and more, I actually understood that they just want to play as strategic as they can, and they want to save as many troops as possible for 1556, you know, for the bigger fish they want to fry. That's why with 1093 they just want to find the best ways they can to progress further without spending that many troops and resources. So if people really don't understand that, I mean, that's their own decision. This kingdom has seen enough season of conquest to know how to do their strategy. Another mention I can make is that 1093 is not a very high spending kingdom. And right now on the first passes opening, when the level 4 passes are opening, the crystal tag doesn't have a very high impact, which means that even if you're a low spender, even if you're a free to play, you can still cause some damage to the other team. But once the time keep progressing and progressing into the KvK, people that are spending and maxing out the crystal tag start having a higher and higher impact, and at some point it can even matter how many active players you'd have with max crystal tag. So there is a lot of players that prefer to pretty much go all out on their speed ups and resources when the level 4 pass is opening, because they know that even without crystal tag or whatever crystal tag they have, they can still have an impact, get their kills done, because they know that later on their impact will be very low on the field and most likely would just be killing their troops, which is not very hard, just reinforcing flags and rallies. What my prediction is, what's going to happen over here is that maybe a day or two before the pass is going to open, 1093 might just lose this line of fortresses. Might just happen even before that, because as I said, the kill event is over and you saw the murder ball from 1254, which means that 1093 is nowhere to found on the field. It's just the couple of high players that are left now. Everyone else is pretty much gone. So I'm believing that it won't take very long, just until these fortresses will go down and 1254 would be at the other level 5 pass, which I believe that 1093 was trying to avoid for 1254 to reach the second level 5 pass, because this will be very crucial for 1254 when they're going to fight 1556, because these are the closest passes. So if they would have denied the access to this pass, then 1254 starting from this pass and 1556 starting from this pass, 1556 would gain a lot more territory in this zone, so it would have been a disadvantage for 1254. But that's probably not going to happen, as we see how the map is progressing. Going on to the 1664 versus 1945, which both dropped Imperium. 1664, their strategy is the same, to try to hold as much as possible. As you see, they build fortresses and they are trying to deny the access to the level 5 passes, and for whatever reason I don't understand, it's not like 1664 can go and help anyone from this direction, but 1664 is probably denying that. They probably want to put a foothold in this territory, because if they manage to get cities there, they can probably build forts, and building forts will bring more people in, and that can cause some chaos in the future. So it would be very in 1945 advantage to try to get this zone under control and completely push out 1664. But 1664 is very stubborn. As you can see, plenty of fortresses they are dropping in this area, which right now they are still very easy to defend because a fortress can have a 3 million garrison, while rallies at this point, they still don't have 3 million. The rallies are somewhere around 2.5 million. I have seen a report, or 2.6 million. It's still going to take a couple more days until the rally capacity, until people will have the necessary crystal to get the 3 million rally. And then it will be very easy to take down the forts. That's why in so many places you're probably thinking that some kingdoms are weak and they can't push. No, it's because the forts are very, very easy to defend. Either is Heroic Anthem, Strife of the Eight, until the crystal tag, until people get on the crystal tag to have the max capacity. So my prediction in this area is that 1945 will be able to push 64 in the end, because starting from the bottom and going north, they have slowly kept pushing them back, and this is exactly what is keep happening. So at some point, obviously, 1664 will just get all their fortresses burned. I would say that another couple of days and 1664 will be out. So probably another a day or two before the level 5 passes open, 1945 will be able to get control of this area. They are probably still fighting right now. If I zoom in, we're probably still seeing murder balls. So we still see people fighting on the field. Flags are burning from 1945. Probably because activity is dropping. If we go further up, we see giant murder ball from 1664 over here to keep burning and slowly burning the flags and taking control of this area. So again, it's just a matter of time. It looks like 1664 cannot hold the field. We all know from previous KvKs, and a lot of people who have experience with KvK, when it's kingdoms that cannot hold the field fighting, it's just really a matter of time until the flags burn, fortresses burn, and so on. It is going to take a couple of hours. It is going to take a day. It is going to take a week. If you can't hold the field, very limited the time that you're still standing there. Big, I wouldn't say drama, but a big thing going on, because 1846 was shouting out, you know, hitting their chest, oh, that they're going both sides. And when the pass opened, 1846, they did went both sides, but they immediately withdraw from one side and they just went on the other side. They went full focus on this side. And 1075, Chisgul Kingdom. So it's not going to take much longer, and 1846 will take full control of this area. It's just this line of force that is still holding over here, because again, the same thing is very easy to defend a fort. And we see a big giant murder ball from 1075. So as long as they are able to hold the field, they will be able to defend forts. But if that's gonna fail, then the forts will fail as well. In the same time, 1846, they just don't want to kill their troops for no reason, so waiting for higher troops capacity, which is not wrong to keep waiting. In the end, it's just action. They can keep field fighting here and there and still get some action. When you're just defending, it's just a matter of time until you get pushed back. When you're the attacker, the oppressor, you always have the upper hand, you always have the advantage. Whichever kingdom is always able to hold the field fighting, is able to keep creating the murder balls, that's the kingdom that is in advantage. My prediction on this side is that it's not going to take very long, and 1846 will definitely push 1075 back. And we all know once a kingdom is pushed back and is completely surrounded, it's very hard to come back from that. As you see, there is force at their gates, there is territory being filled up. As we look on the 1846 side, where 1474 blocked them, you can see that is the same thing. Once a kingdom is being blocked, it's very hard to break out. But 1846, they do have the numbers, they do have the activity, they do have the fighting power. So it's just when they finish with 1075, they're probably gonna have a little break. And then 1474, they should definitely be ready for a storm knocking on their front door, and that being their forts. Now, I do have to say about 1474 that I do like the way they place the forts 1 square away, which means that 1846 they need to build flags if they want to burn the forts, and that's very, very smart. That's something that I've been using for a while now, and it is a very nice strategy. Now, why you're thinking is because once you gather your people, you burn the flag, and then the fortress heal. So if you're able to take control of the field, you don't need to worry about the fort just being hit or keep being reinforced. Once the flag is burning, you push the people back, and if you really want, you can drop flags yourself and you can just let them burn the flags. This is going to take an hour, and then you can know if they plan to regroup and all that sort of things. So that will give you a lot of time to think. That will give you, you know, an hour to do stuff, to prepare, to get your murder balls going, to get your people in position. So it's a very nice strategy to place the forts 1 square away from the pass. And they done the same thing here. Unfortunately, the territory was not in 1474 advantage, as you see, to completely block them. They had to drop 5 forts, but it's definitely worth it to drop these 5 forts, because that means that 1846 will definitely have a hell of a time if they want to break out. And as you see, people are already in position, they are already with cities and so on. It's definitely gonna be a challenge, but like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when 1846 will break through, because it's very simple. 1846, they have no reason to push in this area, but this is the connection to 1556, their allies. Now, what they need to do is push south and help 1664 sometime in the future. So they will definitely have to push 1474. So that's when 1474, as a fresh Imperium, is still fresh, will start showing their fighting experience and fighting skills, and put their people to work. Now, my prediction is that 1075 will definitely try to come out when 1846 is going to fight with 1474, but I'm pretty sure is not going to take very long. As I have seen since the KvK started, is very hard for them to hold the field fighting. They do make murder balls, but I noticed that it's very hard for them to maintain the field fighting. So right now it looks like they are pushing BIA and WIB, and there is an SMR, SNL, a lot of other people. They made a murder ball over here, so a giant fighting happening right now. So again, if you just want to watch some fighting, there's definitely plenty of them to watch, but it's not going to take long, and that's going to get sealed. As a further prediction, because we do have the level 6 passes, I am expecting that 1556 being as fresh as they are, and 1093 holding 1254 for that long, there will be a chance, and that will be my prediction, that 1556 will win this area, and it will end up on defending these 2 passes, and that's pretty much where the troops might just end, or that's where the majority of the troops will die. Because if 1556 will get these 2 passes, the best they can do is just one rally everything, right? So if you have, let's say, 3 fortresses defending this pass over here, there's only one alliance or one coalition at a time that can get in, which means one rally. So it's going to be very easy for 1254 to just defend their forts. Either it's going to be on this pass or on that pass. Either it is from 1093 or 1556 or both together, is still just one coalition at a time. On this area, my prediction is that 1846 will push 1474, will push back, and they will be able to hold 1075 back. So 1075 will not push out. 1846 will manage to push 1474 all the way back, and by the time they probably finish, level 6 passes will be open. But by that time, 1945 will get inside, because as you see, these passes over here, these level 4 passes, this is 1945 going through the level 5 passes, going through these level 5 passes, and will be able to hit 1846. So my prediction is that 1846 will spend their troops holding 1945, 1474, and whatever 1075 will be able to keep these two passes. So they will be super busy in these three places, and this is where their troops will be spent. If you really want me to say like who is going to be a winner in this KvK, my prediction would be that the 1556 coalition will be a winner, because they just have so much power and so much power left to give. And when they're gonna storm in, 1254 is not drained, but is already hurt. They definitely have a deep scratch, and 1093 will most likely have a comeback. Rather, that is what 1254 want or not, they will definitely have a comeback, and both together they will be able to push 1254. So that's gonna be a very nasty situation for the red coalition. 1254 if they're gonna lose against those two kingdoms. And I also predict that 1556 will come on this direction and to level 6 pass, and will have to help 1846 to push the other two kingdoms. And at that point it might just be over for the red coalition. That will be my prediction. Now if that's gonna happen or not, we will see soon enough. There's still a month and more than a month left of this KvK, so plenty of time and plenty of things to turn around. But so far I have seen some very excellent fights, and all kingdoms excelling at their most in this KvK. Like all the kingdoms, all the 8 kingdoms in this KvK, they should be proud so far of themselves, of the fight that have been put. Until next time, this is your boy Legend Ronnie signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.